Today marks 1 year since devastating tornadoes ripped through the tri-state. From the first moments after the storm hit, people in the hardest hit communities have been working to rebuild. 9 on Your Side reporter Bryce Onslinger joins us live from Moscow with how people there are remembering this somber anniversary. Bryce?
Well, Julie, a year ago today at this time, people here in Moscow would have been just coming out of their houses to assess the damage after a massive tornado ripped through this small community, destroying 70% of the town. Tonight, residents gathered here at the community center to talk about that day and also to remember how, talk about how they can move forward. Pictures of homes then and now line the walls of the River Valley Community Center. The Village Council organized this gathering so that people could reconnect 1 year after a massive tornado ripped through the town with winds as strong as 160 miles per hour. Rebuilding has been tough for many, partly because Moscow was denied federal money from FEMA to help those affected. Cindy Gorth has lived in Moscow all her life. Today she sits with her granddaughter, who wasn't born when the storm hit.
You don't realize how much material things really don't mean until you lose someone that's really close to you.
Gorth's aunt, Carol Forsty, was the only person in Moscow who died in the storm. She was killed when her Elizabeth Street home was leveled by the tornado.
The week before she had been saved, it was like she knew something was going to happen.
Today, Forsty's husband has rebuilt the home where she was found, but the memories of that day are too much for her loved ones.
I've not been able to go into the house that her husband's rebuilt, and I haven't even been able to go in there since he's living there.
For others, the problems are more tangible. Some are still working to rebuild, while a lack of insurance coverage has forced others to move in with family members. Tim Suter has been the mayor of Moscow for 15 years. He says he misses many of his neighbors who've moved on to other communities and the large trees that gave the village beauty.
That's one of those things you take for granted when you're younger, and even as you get older, they're there, and now they're gone, and you realize how important they really were to the overall beauty of the village.
And the village also invited several first responders from area communities who responded on this day 1 year ago to help the people here as their homes were destroyed in that tornado. And it was more of a celebration, people looking at the positives, the new homes that have been built in this area. But as we've heard, a lot of stories of people still rebuilding and dealing with a lot of issues still 1 year after that tornado ripped through this town of Moscow. Bryce Onslinger, 9 on Your Side, live in Moscow.
So nice to see the positive perspective. Thank you, Bryce. In the small northern